Another thing that all machine knitters need to learn to do is to rip up. Sometimes when knitting you will drop a stitch on the other side of the machine, or you may sit and have a loop that develops on the other side of the machine, so you need to rip back to a certain point. First of all, knit and get yourself 10 rows on the machine. Now what I want you to do is, first of all, when you first start, it's very intimidating to be ripping up, and you will be very cautious about what you are doing. You will actually probably take one stitch at a time because you're afraid if you go any faster than this that you will drop your stitches. This is accomplished getting us to the opposite side of the carriage. Now our thread is over on the other side of the machine, and we need to get our carriage to that side of the machine. If I was just to take my carriage across, I would drop everything on the floor at this point because I have released the thread so that it will not get caught in my brushes. I want to place my leading part button on. Remembering back when we talked about the parts of the machine, this is the button that allows our free pass. As beginners, most people will put both on, feeling a little more secure with the machine that they've got the right one on. But it really is only necessary to place the first part button on. When you take the carriage across, you have your free pass and you are on the other side of the machine. You then rethread your machine, remembering to lock your gate, release your part button by hitting the plain button on the carriage, and go on, after adjusting your row counter, with your knitting. I will rip up a few more rows so that you can see, once you have developed the technique by pulling up tightly on your stitches, they all come up to the needle latches, and then you can rip up very quickly. If I pull it very tightly and rip this way, they all come off of their needles at a faster pace. But when you first start, do it slowly. When adjusting the tension of your thread, because you have ripped up, don't pull up from here, pull here and let your yarn fall back to the floor. Your yarn should always be placed on the floor for knitting for a good flow to the yarn.